when you take a raw talent, a relentless work ethic, and a dream to create something unique. You get a story worth sharing, one filled with challenges, growth, and the drive to leave a lasting impact.
Hi, Benjamin.
Hi, Zakariyya.
What lessons have you learned about entrepreneurship since starting Benaris Paints?
Starting a business from scratch is not for the weak. That is why it is called business.
Do you mind sharing some of your success stories with us?
Before I can actually share my success story, I will talk about what actually got me paint and later became my joy.
What were the initial steps you took to turn your passion into a business?
Firstly, I had to find a paint brand in Zaria that I can actually collaborate with.
How do you balance your creative passion with the business side of things? And what advice would you give to others struggling with this balance?
You need to take emotions out of it. If you add discipline to your creativity, you will get a very good business done.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima, Zakariyya.
What happens when you take a raw talent, a relentless work ethic, and a dream to create something unique? You get a story worth sharing, one filled with challenges, growth, and the drive to leave a lasting impact. Hi, welcome to yet another interesting episode of Campus Hustlers, your weekly dose of entrepreneurial spirit unfiltered. I'm your host, Fatima Zakariyya. I'm an entrepreneur, a corporate event anchor, a voiceover talent, and of course, I am a podcaster. Joining me on today's episode of Campus Hustlers is Akorede Aanuoluwapo Benjamin, a 300-level student of international studies at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Kaduna State, Nigeria. He is a passionate painter and aspiring interior decorator. He is the visionary behind Benaris Paints and Interior Deluxe, a brand dedicated to transforming spaces through creativity and innovation. Benaris Paints and Interior Deluxe specializes in the production of high-quality water-based and oil-based paint, screening paint, wall screening, and the installation of 3D wallpapers, 3D panels, and fluted panels. The brand also offers top-notch interior and exterior painting services and industrial cleaning solutions. Akorede's journey began by working with established paint brands in Zaria, but his deep passion for creativity and problem-solving inspired him to build his own brand, Benaris Paints. Growing up amidst struggles in the southwestern region of Nigeria, he developed a strong determination to overcome challenges and make a meaningful impact through his craft. Understanding the ever-present demand for paint due to constant building and renovation, Akorede honed his skills through an internship at Bob Solex Nigeria, a sustainable building company in Ikorodu, Lagos. There he gained professional experience in paint application and structure finishing, laying the foundation for his brand's innovative approach to painting and decoration. Akorede Aanuoluwapo Benjamin is not just a painter, he is a creative force committed to redefining spaces and inspiring others to harness their potential.
Hi, Benjamin. It's good to have you on the podcast.
Hi, Zakariyya.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm fine. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
The pleasure is mine, and I'm happy to be here too.
Glad you are. All right, Benjamin. So let's start this way. Can you tell us about your journey to painting and interior decoration and what inspired you to pursue this path?
Okay, let me start by saying painting and decoration has been my family gift. I call it birth gift. My mom actually studied painting and decoration in secondary school and technical school. So I think we all grew up seeing my mom doing all of this painting and decoration thing on palette. And then I really love colors and painting. I most times try practicing, even sometimes at home and stuff like that. That was actually where I derived that passion of doing this painting and decoration stuff. And sometimes when I'll just be home and my friends will call after Ben show now, do this and that, they will just buy paint. They will just be doing some rolling on the walls, stuff like that. That was when I started the whole thing. I felt like I have passion for this painting of a thing. Then I tried seeing people when whenever they are doing it. I just feel good about it. I think that's just how the whole thing started.
Interesting. I get that. Okay, so now, Benjamin, your services range from paint production to industrial cleaning, and in fact, you paint well. How do you manage such a diverse portfolio?
There's one thing that I understand about this life, that your direction is very, very important at your speed. I feel like, I'm kind of person that is versatile in doing all of these things. So when I started the whole painting, I felt like painting is never enough. You can get the job, painting job today, then tomorrow there's nothing to show for it again. That was when I started meeting with people. Okay, let me get new ideas on how to do this. Let me get ideas on how to script. Let me get ideas on how to produce paint, 3D panels, wallpaper. From there, and it's just the work of innovation, versatility, and creativity.
Wow, interesting. Okay, so now, Benjamin, how did your internship at Bob Solex Nigeria contribute to your professional growth?
Okay, Bob Solex Nigeria actually is my eldest brother, and working with your eldest brother that does paint, he's an engineer and he works in Ikorodu, Lagos. And working with your eldest brother, you have to be very, very serious about it. Oh, this painting is what I really want to go into. Not minding the fact that I have a brother that is in it also. I feel like I can as well create my own brand here in Zaria and at least create my own customer base here in Zaria. So I feel like, let me just go to my brother since he knows much more about it. And I went to him. He took me around, I got to learn more professionally. He didn't employ me as an apprentice, but then as a blood brother. So he showed me the deepest secrets of painting. We went to Ogudu Estate in Ojota. There we spent more like months working on the estate, and it took me to the source of paint production, one of the biggest source of paint production in Lagos. It was then I derived this passion. Felt like, if these people can do this thing, me too, I want to own my own brand and I want to do paint. There was a time we went to Aja. He wasn't teaching me as an apprentice, he was teaching me all of these things as a brother. So he showed me the realest and deepest secret to painting and paint production. So kudos to my brother, Bob Solex. He's my brother, Bob Solex Nigeria, and he's doing great there in Lagos. Really appreciate him too. He actually taught me how paint is professionally. We always say adding paint to the wall is very, very easy. You can carry roller and brush and add paint to the wall. But the most complex and complicated part of painting is adding it to structures and bringing out the style. Bringing out the styles and the design needs massive creativity. And that was what I was lacking. I was lacking the creativity. I was lacking the ideas. Then I knew how to roll the walls, apply paint on the wall. But when I got to Bob Solex Nigeria, he taught me how to do it professionally. And I always appreciate him for those brotherly love and brotherly advice.
Thank you so much, Bob Solex. Shout out to you, and I know that when he listens to this podcast, he will be so much proud of you. All right, so Benjamin, as a student who is painting, how do you balance your academics with running your painting?
I won't lie to you, it has never been easy. Sometimes around last semester, I was having a test by 3 and I got a call from a customer that I should be at the site. She wanted to show me this and that. I pleaded with the customer, can I just write my test and come? Customers sometimes, they are always right. So I had to go to the lecturer's office and inform him earlier, sir, I'm sorry, this is my job, you get. And I explained to him that I wanted to go and check something. He said, if I missed it, I missed it. Then I prayed, God, if this is really my job, please help me. Then I just risked the whole thing. Now I'm talking about risk. I risked the whole thing. I went for the job. The lady showed me everything paid for the job. Then I go back to school and my classmate told me the test did not later hold. You see, actually, sometimes you just have to risk. All that has been keeping me going, sometimes I risk a lot. I pray about it because in everything that I do, I put God first. So I pray about it. And the biggest part of it, I know how to manage my time. I know the time for reading. I know the time for school. If at all work and school clashes, I know how to fix it. And when I get back home late night, I work on my academics. You get, I read a lot at night. Sometimes, most of the times, I didn't sleep not until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. because those things I could not cover in class. I covered them in the middle of the night. You know how painting job is. You could be working from morning to evening. You were tired and you could not even read. But then, sacrifice, resilience, focus and prayer has been keeping me going. And I thank God for all of that.
Interesting, excellent. All right, so Benjamin, what lessons have you learned about entrepreneurship since starting Benaris Paints, and what advice would you give parents, students, entrepreneurs?
Starting a business from scratch, building your clientele, marketing, doing all by yourself while relying on that business for income is not for the weak. I'm telling you the fact. That is why it is called business. You see the word busy and ness. It's not just business, it is business. So all of these things is not for the weak. If you know you are lazy and you can't be busy all of the time, you don't just try business at all. You can't even be an entrepreneur. You gotta have this some crazy faith and work ethic. You get. See, sometimes things won't work like you really wanted them to be, but just have faith. Always believe that things work out. Like I said earlier, your direction is more important than your speed. You know where you are going to. One day you will get there. So you just need faith and work ethic. You need to be diligent with your work. You need to be sincere with yourself, and you need to be passionate. Really need to be passionate about you. See, impossible is not a fact. It's just an opinion. That's just what I can tell them. So you just need to believe in yourself. And believe me, in no time, you get there.
Beautiful. Impossible is not fact. It's just an opinion.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so now, so far so good, Benjamin. Do you mind sharing some of your success stories with us so you can inspire our audience?
Before I can actually share my success story, I think I will talk about what actually got me paint and later became my joy. When I actually started this painting as a student, I didn't really know painting professionally per se. Then I could say I was a roadside painter, not an educated painter. I just knew how to roll walls, make colors and stuff like that. Then I got a job from a friend. Kudos to him also. When he called me for the job, he showed me the design. Then I didn't really know how to do it. But I said, yes, I can do it. And the guy said, no problem. Then I could not produce paint. We went to buy the paint and I did the work for 3 good days because, it's bricks, designs and stuff like that. And I wasn't that professional. So I did the whole thing for 3 days. Believe me sincerely, when I concluded the work, this guy gave me 1,000 naira to go back to Zaria as my transport fare. Working for 3 days and being paid for 1,000 naira. When I got home, I felt like, I will quit this whole thing. I don't think this is what I want to settle for. But something just said to my heart that if you are not willing to sacrifice your pride, your sleep, your comfort, your security, everything that you have, you will never achieve your highest level of success you get. And also, I just kept hearing this sound in my head that if you really want to win a battle, you have to fight more than once. That was what actually motivated me. And believe me sincerely, just last month, I bagged a very big deal. We are online. I wouldn't want to mention, but it was a very big win for me. And believe me, that very friend of mine that actually gave me 1,000 naira back then gave me another contract at his shop, and you know what it means. I produced the satin paint, I rolled the shop, I did every of the design, and you know what it was. Those has been my greatest success story. I actually started from nowhere, but now I am Benaris Paints. At least in ABU now, you talk about Benaris Paints, like 2-3 students will say, yes, I know Benaris Paints.
Wow.
The greatest success story of mine is that Benaris Paints is going viral bit by bit. I just bought a job right from Zaria. A friend of mine got my contact. He invited me to Osun State. Maybe at the course of the semester, I will have to just skip school for a while, then go to Osun State for the project. All these things motivate me and makes me much more happy and believe there is greatness ahead.
Congratulations, Benjamin.
Yeah, and thank you so much.
There is more to come by God's grace. More success stories to come by God's grace. More bigger deals.
Amen. That's what we're hoping for.
Okay, so Benjamin, where do you see Benaris Paints and Interior Deluxe in the next 5 years?
Sincerely speaking, when any of these jobs carry me abroad, I will first cry. In the next 5 years, I want to see myself competing with some other paint brands. I just want to see myself competing with the best paint brand in Nigeria. I said it earlier, there's nothing impossible with God. I just want to see myself in the next 5 years being a very great brand that the name will actually spread not only in Nigeria, but from Nigeria to abroad.
Benjamin, I pray that your wish will come to pass by God's grace. Wish you all the very best.
Amen. Thank you.
so that if you are in that place where you want to be, you can just say that, you see, this person was once upon a time on my podcast. I have spoken with him before.
There's one thing my mentor used to say: the top is never crowded. We'll always book our space there. Our space is still there. We'll get there.
All right, Benjamin, let me ask you this question before we move to the second segment of the podcast. If you could collaborate with any painter, who would it be and why?
If I could collaborate with any painter here in Nigeria, I would love to collaborate with Ahmadu Paints. Ahmadu Paints is a very big paint brand in the State, and that bro has been meeting me for a very, very long time. I follow him on Instagram. I follow him on every platform, and the kind of work and design that bro does, it's giving. I won't lie to you. So if I would want to collaborate with any paint brand, it would be Ahmadu Paints.
You will collaborate with Ahmadu Paints one day, by God's grace.
Amen.
All right, so Benjamin, our listeners can't wait to connect with you. They can't wait to follow you on social media. Can you tell us where can listeners find you?
I am on Instagram, I am on X, I am on TikTok, and I am on Facebook. On Instagram, handle is Benaris Mentorate, the same thing as X, Benaris Mentorate. But on TikTok, I am Benaris Paints. My Facebook handle is Aanuoluwapo Akorede Aanuoluwapo, and that's all. And they can contact me also through the mail benarismentorate@yahoo.com.
Interesting. All right, listeners, we are about to dive into the second segment of the podcast. Benjamin and I are going to be discussing the topic, turning your passion into a business. Passion is the spark that ignites great ideas, but turning that spark into a thriving business takes vision, resilience, and strategy. In this segment, we'll be exploring the key element of building a business around your passion, with Akorede sharing his expertise and experiences. All right, Benjamin, are you ready for the segment?
Yeah, I'm ready. And this is a segment I've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, I remember you told me that this is your story.
Yeah, this is my real story.
All right, listeners, get ready, because the topic, turning your passion into a business, is actually Benjamin's story. So please don't go anywhere. All right, Benjamin, when did you realize your passion for painting and interior decoration?
2019. 2019 is that very year that my life got turned around. I was expecting admission in ABU and I couldn't get admitted. And I did applied diploma, but I felt like diploma wasn't enough. Then my brother was in 200 level. Then my brother traveled to Lagos and he called me, Benjamin, what's up? I just want us to change the look of that room. Can you do something? I feel like, yeah, bro, I can do it. And he sent me money to buy paint. I went to the market. I got paint, double color, and I just did something beautiful in that room. And like my brother's girlfriend came back. She saw the whole thing and she was like, who did this painting? I said, me. And she said, why don't I just go for polymer and textile engineering instead of international studies? I'm very, very good in this painting. I felt like, really? Are you sure I did it well? And she said, yes. And also my coursemate, then I got admitted to diploma. Then my coursemate, Aisha, she just called me, Benjamin, did you know anyone that can fix wallpaper and painting? I said, yes. Then I didn't really know how to do it. I did it once and a lady commented it was good. So I felt like, let me just dive into this. Let me see if I can do it better. Then I told Aisha, yes, I can do it very well. She paid me also. I did it. Aisha commented it was great. That was what actually boosted my morale. I felt like, yeah, since people are commenting that I can do this thing, definitely I can do it. And plus my versatility, and I am a creative problem solver. So with my creativity, I just felt like, let me dive into the whole thing. That was when the whole thing started.
Interesting. I'm so happy for you, because it's not everybody that have around them people who are going to encourage you that you are doing well. Not everybody is privileged to have this kind of people around them. So Benjamin, what were the initial steps you took to turn your passion into a business? I know there must be some steps.
Yeah, the moment I discovered, I can do paint. Firstly, I had to find a paint brand in Zaria that I can actually collaborate with. It was then I got to meet Nasir Paint, a Zaria indigene. I met with him and I told him all of these things, and he said I shouldn't worry, he will carry me along. And he carried me along, and with my versatility and the mentorship from him, and I called my brother also, and I told him the whole thing, and my brother said, yes, you can do it. If you have a paint brand in Zaria, you can move with them, go to sites with them, they will tell you how to do it. And also, I called one of my secondary school junior, Godwin. I placed the call. He's into all of these things. How do I go about it? Thanks to Godwin, he actually motivated me and explained some certain things to me. Whenever I'm making mistakes, I call him and he will lead me about the painting thing. And secondly, when I finished my diploma, I applied for ABU again. And while I was waiting for admission, I felt like instead of waiting for the whole admission, I traveled home. That was when I went for the internship at Bob Solex Nigeria. Then when I got the admission, something happened academically. ABU said I had deficiency in my O-level results, so they had to nullify the admission. I thought the devil was playing me around. I didn't know it was blessing in disguise. When ABU nullified the admission, I felt like, what can I actually do then? Something just came up to me that you can actually go more, push more into this painting stuff. Then I had to travel back to Lagos, and I went back for internship fully, and that was when I learned how to produce paint.
Interesting. Your story inspires. Thank you so much for that, Benjamin. Right, so Benjamin, I know that there must be challenges. Challenges are inevitable. So what were some of the challenges you faced in turning your passion into a business, and how did you overcome them?
A lot of challenges. I won't lie, critics here and there. I told you, good comments actually motivated me to start the whole thing. But critics, sometimes it's not funny. You're just starting all of this profession. You can't be perfect at the first trial. There was many jobs that I did. They were not making sense, and I got criticized. I won't lie. Cheap labor. I would just go there, do the whole thing for the whole day. Someone would just pay me 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira. All of these things actually got me derailed. I felt like I should just stop this painting thing, because this thing is not lucrative at all. But little did I know then that with my consistency, resilience, and determination, definitely there are better days ahead. I just stick to myself. I stick to my instinct that you may have to fight a battle more than once if you really want to win. So I just put myself together and I kept going. And here we are today, Benaris Paints.
Interesting. All right, Benjamin, what advice do you give to students or young people looking to turn their passions into a business?
People don't have the patience to dedicate 3 years, 4 years, 2 years to build their own business. You get? They have the patience to work for others for 40 years. Are you getting my point? Like we youth of nowadays, we don't really have patience to build our own brand. We don't have that resilience. We don't have that patience, that kind of spirit to build our own brand. But we can work because of 20,000, 30,000 naira. The only advice I would just give them is that they should just calm and be patient, build their own brand. It is never easy, I'm telling you the fact. But with your resiliency and dedication, you definitely get there.
All right. So Benjamin, how do you balance your creative passion with the business side of things? And what advice would you give to others struggling with this balance?
Okay, initially when I started the painting, I was doing it without discipline. It was when I read some books about entrepreneurship and I got mentored by those that were once there. They were the one that told me that sometimes you need to take emotions out of it. Creativity is never enough. Creativity is an asset in business, and discipline drives it. So if you add discipline to your creativity, you will get a very good business done. You will succeed surely in that business. So I will advise those that are hoping to become one, I will advise them to take emotions out. Like then, when I was emotional about the thing, I was working for a friend and they were giving me peanuts and I was accepting it because I was being emotional. You get it? But now that I'm being professional about it, I read books about entrepreneurship. I went to workshops about entrepreneurship and I got mentored by those that were once there. Now I know I am better. After taking out emotions, you have to be sincere with yourself. You really need to be sincere with yourself. And lastly, you pay attention. Pay attention. When you are losing it, you should know. When you are being friendly about the work, you should know. I didn't say you shouldn't do easy work for your friends. Yeah, work for your friends, but know that you are working towards a goal. Okay, let me give you a typical example. You are working, you are a paint producer, and you need to buy mixing machine. You need to buy mixer. If you keep putting your emotions in all of these things, you won't get there. You won't even get yourself any tool. You'll just be getting money for feeding. So please and please, they should just pay attention. Prioritize your business. Let creativity helps you to drive your business. And discipline is the key. So I will advise them to attend entrepreneurial normal workshops too, because I did a lot, like National Association of Artisans and Technicians of Nigeria. I attended a lot of workshops like that. You need to do more of workshops and read books. I think that will help them a lot.
Interesting. Thank you so much for that, Benjamin. As someone would say, I should say that you need money to fund passion, and that's very, very important. If you're an entrepreneur, you should always keep this at the back of your mind, that you need money to fund that your passion. So you should understand the business side of your hustle. All right, so Benjamin, it has really been an amazing time with you. Then, before we call it an episode on this podcast, I have 2 questions for you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm very, very much ready.
All right, so Benjamin, if you weren't into painting and interior decoration, what other career would you have pursued?
Maybe it would be decoration and painting. But sincerely speaking, I don't think I would have done anything aside painting and decoration. But if I thought I would choose another career aside painting and decoration, I think barbing. I won't learn how to barb, but man proposed and the rest.
Okay, so there was a time you learned barbing?
Yeah, then I was trying to discover myself. I thought I could do better in barbing. That's where the passion comes from. This is what I can do without stressing myself. Just doing it, enjoying it, getting it for it. So if it's not painting, maybe I'll be a lecturer or be a therapist, maybe.
Interesting. I get that. Okay, let's just keep it as, if it's not painting and interior decoration, it will be interior decoration and painting. Interesting. Yes, okay, so my final question for you. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm very much ready.
All right. So now, Benjamin, if you could decorate any iconic building or space in the world, now I'm not talking about Nigeria. If you could decorate any iconic building or space in the world, which would it be, and what design would you choose?
It would be the White House in the United States of America, and design I would choose. Maybe with time I will invent design here, because actually there are some certain designs that I'm working on right now. DIY, do it yourself, and I'm trying to create some massive, crazy designs that I'm working on right now. If I should redesign the White House in the United States of America, it should be one of these designs that I'm about to unleash.
Wow, interesting. I love the fact that you did not even think about this. Like, you did not even think about it. It's like you keep it at the back of your mind that if there will be a day I will do this, this is definitely the building I'm going to design.
You know one thing about Benaris Paints and Interior Deluxe? Even the Bible told me, I don't want to be spiritual about the whole thing, but even the Bible told me that I was spread across the globe. So I don't limit myself. There is something in me burning that this will take me out of the country.
Benjamin, it has really been an amazing time with you. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast. Trust me, I enjoyed every bit of this episode with you.
Thank you for having me on your podcast. I just wish everybody out there greatness. You see, the future belongs to those who can explore. Just like beauty lives in the eyes of the beholder, the same thing as the beauty of the future. You are the one seeing it, others cannot see it.
The beauty of the future lives in your eyes.
All right, hustlers, that's all we have for you today. I hope this episode ignites your entrepreneurial fire. And with this, we've reached the end of Campus Hustlers Season 1. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining me on this journey from episode 1 to episode 17. Thank you for your unwavering support. I'm excited to announce that we'll be back with even more exciting content in Season 2. Until then, if you're yet to subscribe, hit the subscribe button now. As always, stay hungry, stay focused, and keep hustling. Bye-bye.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima Zakariyya.